Hey, hello. Come on, let's do some anytime yoga. And today is going to be really easy because we're going to do it in a chair. You might like to have a belt or strap available too, because this will be a good working tool. So get yourself into a comfortable chair and make yourself nice and upright, a straight back rather than being slouched or hunched like you usually are when you're at a desk, possibly, or lazing back in a sofa watching TV. We're going to take a breath in and we're going to connect to our torso, the trunk of our body, our spinal cord and our abdominals. Get your head and shoulders centered over your hips. Tune in to the belly button and notice its activity as you breathe. You'll observe that when you breathe in, your belly button will move forwards, and as you breathe out, your belly button will move back. It's always good to think about engaging the belly button alongside the spinal cord. That way, it's going to give it strength and support. Too often, us humans let go of our stomach muscles first, and this puts huge strain onto the spine. If we keep engaging and activating our stomach, it works as a great support basis for the whole of your spinal cord. So let's look at the spine a little bit further and give it a forward flexion. We've got our nice seated position. We've got an upright trunk of the body. We've got nice relaxed shoulders down and away from the ears. We've got lovely soft, relaxed throat, neck, jawline, teeth unclenched, skin on the face, smooth, wrinkle-free, because you're relaxed, you're breathing rhythmically, naturally. And now you're going to think about lifting your hips up and away from your two femur bones, the thigh bones here. If you lift the hips up and away from the femurs, this creates space that you're going to be able to hinge into. You can also think about this base area here, the pelvic area, and you can pull pubis right at the bottom here up to navel, navel up to breastbone, breastbone to crown of head, and just feel it lift you upwards. Activate the skin on the trunk of your body. Be aware of where the pockets of fat tend to rest in your body. For a lot of us, it's around this midriff here. So activate and engage. Give it a message. Lift up. Share the experience. Skin, fat. Come on. So we've got our lift now. We're creating space. We're still nice and relaxed around the head, the neck, the shoulders. And gently, we're going to hinge forward. It's only a small amount at first, because if you allow yourself to move too quickly and the ego takes you rushing ahead, you'll probably end up just doing this. And when you do this, all you're doing is collapsing your ribs into your stomach, and you're blocking, you're restricting full movement. So you want to keep your spine nice and straight and just hinge forward a little. Then take another breath in and feel yourself grow from the base of the spine here all the way up. Feel as if you're being stretched. And then as you exhale, hinge a little more. Gently, you can continue with this, and you can walk your hands down the shins. You can extend your bottom of the legs a little bit further forward. Take another breath in. Lift the stomach internally. Pull the belly button back towards the spinal cord. Exhale. Just going down a little bit further. Stay attuned to your flow of breath. Try and lengthen each breath in and out. No slumping, no collapsing. You're staying activated and engaged as you make your way into a forward flexion of the spine. You can think about the flesh around the kidneys here, and you can even touch it. It's your skin. Move it. Shift your buttocks a little and feel the way that you can extend your stretch forward. You might like to open the knees a bit wider and drop down in between the thighs. At this point, you want the eyes to be gazing straight down at the floor. So this allows the head and neck to become a natural alignment of the spine. You don't want to hold the head up too high, putting creases in the back of the neck. And at the moment, don't drop the head down too far. Just keep it aligned so that you can take the time to have some rounds of breath here and really feel how you can stretch and lengthen through the trunk of the body whilst having the support of the seat beneath you. Now, as you observe the breath, you then begin to notice how you're actually softening with each exhalation. You really are surrendering now. You've got your feet placed firmly in the ground. Your hands are also supporting you. And then you can slowly let go further and deeper. You can begin to relax the back of the neck and allow the crown of the head to drop down toward the floor. Check that your teeth are still unclenched. And take time to really receive the benefits of this very simple movement. Your head, possibly by now, is lower than your heart, and therefore it will receive new, fresh, rich, oxygenated blood into it. And this is great for giving you healthy hair, healthy skin on the face, and it's really good for calming the mind. Just allow that fresh, rich, oxygenated blood to disperse and flow into the head. Relax your toes. Relax the whole of the body. So we'll now prepare to come up. You want to keep your chin close to your chest. Relax around the jawline. Pull focus to your belly button and pull the belly button in and back to take a grip around the spine, giving it huge support. And then gently place your hands onto the tops of your feet, and still with the tummy pulling in, you walk the hands up the shins. Keep the upper body rounded for now with the chin on the chest. Keep walking those hands back towards your hips now that they're along the thighs. And once they get to the hips, once your shoulders are over your hips, bring your head upright, get your chin parallel with the floor, relax the shoulders down and breathe. Maybe you like to have the eyes closed so you can have a deeper inward view and experience. So you're back in an upright position, like a column, the trunk of the body nice and straight, the head central over the shoulders, and the head and shoulders centered over the hips. Forward flexion of the spine, many benefits, and it's all about observing the abdomen as well to give support to the spine. And it's about getting some fresh blood in the head, in the brain. Remember as well that new levels of oxygen will be in the head. So when you come up out of the position, do so nice and slowly so that these levels have time to settle. If you come up too fast, it might make you a little bit giddy, a little bit dizzy. So you want to avoid that. Just take your time. Now let's see if we can give a bit of a stretch to the legs. If you have your belt or strap handy, it will come in good use. So just bring the feet to rest about hip width apart. You've still got a nice straight spine. You've still got a relaxed face, unclenched teeth, and your breath is still moving rhythmically in and out of your body. So let's now bring the strap underneath the ball of the right foot. Once again here, avoid slumping, avoid crushing those ribs down into the stomach. You want to keep nice and straight so that there's space in your torso, so that as you breathe, the oxygen that's travelling around is reaching all parts, all those hard to get at parts deep down here in the workings of your human beingness. So once you've got that ball of foot in strap, nice deep breath in, think about creating space, having some elevation. And then as you breathe out, you can slowly begin to straighten the leg. Don't judge yourself if the leg doesn't straighten immediately. It's okay. If it's here, you've got to start somewhere. You've got to work toward it. You take a nice breath in and you realise that every time you breathe out, things begin to stretch, lengthen, surrender and let go. Over time, it takes many minutes, hours, days, weeks, months and years of practice, but that's all part of the journey. It's all part of the self-maintenance and keeping the body supple, flexible. In time, when you feel comfortable here, you can walk the hands further along the belt or strap so that they start to get towards the toes, the heel of the foot, all the while keeping a nice straight spine. So then in this position you can do the movement of breathing in, raising the leg, breathing out, lowering. Breathe in, raise, extend those elbows out to the side, rise up through the trunk of the body, create space and lift, and then release. Do this as many or as little times as you want, but it will give your leg greater flexibility. And think about the hip as well, the right hip, allowing the hip socket to become more mobile. Gently bend the knee and release the foot, and then do exactly the same on the other side. So we'll place the belt underneath the ball of the foot, We'll lift up through the trunk of the body, so we're still retaining that upright position. Try to avoid leaning back. You want to look at having your head and shoulders directly over your hips at all time. Possibly you'll have a chair with a back in it that will give you extra support. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, that's when you begin to straighten the left leg, taking your time to get there. Breathing rhythmically and observing the breath so that you really notice when you create space and when you surrender. In time, you'll be able to walk those hands along the belt, and then you'll be able to take a grip maybe on your toes or the heel of the foot, and then you'll be able to breathe in, create space, breathe out, stretch. So again, you can do that exercise of having a breath in to lift the leg and breathe out to lower. Using your belt or your hands, whatever feels comfortable for you. Always retaining this lift, continually observing that the stomach is supporting the spine, especially in this low pelvic region, the base of your spine, the sacrum. Get that belly button pulling in, back and down. Activate those abdominals, bring them back to life. Get them doing the job they were born to do. Support the structure of your upper body. And then gently bend the knee and release the foot down. So, very simple techniques, nice flex forward of the spine that will really help to lengthen your torso, give more space for all your internal organs to enjoy greater receiving of rich oxygenated blood, because your breathing is more lengthened, deepened. And then stretching of the legs, which is really good, because if you sit in a chair at a desk for so many hours, everything begins to shorten and tighten. So take the 10-15 minute break while sitting in your chair and stretch yourself out. Anytime yoga, and it can be done anywhere, and it can be practiced by everyone. See you tomorrow.